We want to look at running a regression in Stata. We'll start off with how to run a regression with a single independent variable. So we want to regress our dependent variable y on our single independent variable x. The syntax for this is you just write regress, then you write your name of your y variable, your dependent variable, and name of your independent x variable. Let's look at an example with the auto data set in Stata. So say you want to regress price on MPG. So we'll write regress price. Price is our dependent variable, y variable. MPG is our independent variable, x variable. So in this way, we can regress price on MPG, and this is the table state our display. So we'll look at later how do we interpret it. So say we want to have run a regression multiple independent variables, right? So we want to regress y on multiple independent x variables. So the syntax is very similar. We'll still write regress. You'll write your dependent variable y, and then you'll write the name of all of your x variables, right, with spaces in between them. For example, we want to regress price on not just MPG, but on MPG and weight. Again, we'll write regress. We'll write price are the name of our dependent variable. We'll write our independent variables with spaces between them, so MPG and weight. So the order in which you write your independent variables doesn't really matter because the table will adjust accordingly depending upon what the order is, right? So like this, we can regress price on MPG and weight, right? So the order in which you write your multiple independent x variable doesn't matter, but you need to always write your dependent variable first. When you're running the regression command, you need to make sure you first specify dependent variable, and then you can write your independent variables in any order. Now there's something to note here. Stata automatically adds the constant term or intercept. You can notice over here it has added the constant term here also and here also to the list of independent variables. What if you want to run a regression without the constant term? So if you want to run a regression without that intercept or constant term, you have to use the no constant option, because by default, whenever Stata runs a regression, it will always include an intercept term in the regression, like over we can say underscore constant. So it will include an intercept or constant term. So if you want to run regression without the constant term, so then in that case, just use the no constant option. So for example, if you wanted to run a regression of price on MPG and weight without the intercept or constant term, this underscore const, so then you'll write regress price, MPG, weight, and after the comma, just use the no constant option. Right, so then Stata will now run a regression without the intercept term. Like you can see, there's no underscore const over here. So whenever you're running a regression, you use regress, and after that, you always specify the dependent variable. Then you can write your independent variables in any order after that. And by default, Stata will always include the intercept term. So if you don't want the intercept term, you want to run a regression without the intercept term, so just put comma, no, so after the comma, just use the option no constant.